This is Dorothy with Scrapbooking, and this is one of the two subscription scrapbook layouts that I'm going to do today. This is for the April 2023 Craft with Heart scrapbook subscription. So these are super easy. You don't need to cut anything. All you need is adhesive. We've got all the die cuts, all the stickers, and if you want to add some extra embellishments, that is totally up to you, but not completely necessary. So here we go. Hi, this is Dorothy with Scrapbooking, and here is the package of the April Cut Above Layout Kit for the scrapbook subscription from Craft with Heart. So here I always take my instructions and fold them in half. I don't even know why. I don't read the instructions hardly at all, and I get myself in trouble, and you'll see that. So right off the bat, I'm giving you a warning. Watch till I get to the end of this layout before you start doing it along with me. Because, of course, I make a boo-boo. I fix it, but I make a boo-boo. So I am just going to go ahead and I'm taking out all of the die cuts from the carrier sheet, and I'm making a little pile for Project 1 and Project 2. All the stars are going into Project 2, and that cute little arc of stars is going in Project 2. It's a lot of stars. So fun. Okay, and these strips, this is what got me in trouble, just so you know, these strips did. So they are coming out, and actually those are going to be the first things that you need to put down. And that's where I got in trouble. So I've got all the pieces. I always check my carrier sheet to see if I'm missing anything. And I'm just putting all my little stars aside. We always get the photo placeholders that comes with all of the kits, and that's our sticker sheet for Project 1 and 2. Got some more placeholders. And then we've got the printed, all sorts of good stickers. Then we've got the printed background. So the first one is Project 1, and this is the backgrounds for Project 2. Now, I'll tell you, I like that distressed look on the red backgrounds. So on the instructions, they have one of the middle strips going horizontal and one of them going vertical. Personally, it makes my eyes go wonky. So I am going to put them so that they're side by side, so a continuous big thick strip going across the middle. That's just me. Maybe your eyes don't go wonky. But that's what I chose to do. And there are no scrapbook police, and you can do what you want to do, what looks good to you. So if you want to follow the instructions, then by all means, these are your pages and you do that. So I'm just putting the pieces for the second page on. So I've got all these little pieces. Just trying to figure out which goes where. And there we've got our journaling card, if you want to call it a card or a piece of paper. Before I mess up, I'm going to put that second page out of the way, so I know that I'm measuring the one page and not accidentally a little slip of the other page. So this is where I go wrong. So I'm putting these 4 squares down first, and that is wrong. Right up front, that's wrong. What I'm doing is wrong. The first pieces that need to go down are those 1-inch long pieces. And I didn't even start and I'm already running out of. Somehow, how did I not throw out the empty cartridge? Am I losing my mind? Could be. Could be I'm doing that, so I have to go find some a full refill instead of an empty refill sitting on my desk. I mean, what the heck? Okay, so I'm putting this down there. Now the squares do go at, I think it's 2.5 inches over and 2 3/4 inches down. That part is correct, but there has to be the long strips that are supposed to go under these 4 squares. So you're going to see me using one of our tools that helps you get the paper up off of where you just stuck it, which happens to be a very handy tool for me, right? If you watch me at all, man, that's what I do a lot of. So I apologize. It takes me a while to figure it out too. So I'm just putting all my little banner cuts here across the top of the journaling thing, and I'm missing one of my pieces. That happens often. Sometimes they're laying upside down or underneath something, and it was underneath something. So the 2 longer pieces I am going to put just flat against the paper, and I'm just making sure I'm getting right up to the edge of the sage green journaling box. And then I decided the other 2 smaller pieces I'm going to go ahead and pop up with some pop-up foam squares I've got. I'm just trying to find them. There we go. And, you know, like I've said many times before, you always want to try to add a little bit of dimension to your pages, just like to your cards. It just adds interest to your page. So there we go. I like that. So now I'm looking okay. Uh-oh. Problem. And this paper is a little bit less forgiving than our usual cardstock and background and texture paper, which is just another word for printed paper. It's just a little bit harder to get up without pulling some of the paper off of it. What you want to do, if you've made a mistake and you put something down, you want to get it up as soon as possible. The longer Tombow stays in place, the more permanent it becomes. So I was lucky that I just didn't tear this up completely, to tell you the truth. So these the 1 inch by however long they are, fairly long, they're going up 1 1/4 inches up from the bottom. So, and they're going to line up with the edge of the boxes, the inside of the boxes, the 3x3s. Actually, they're probably 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 because a 3x3 photo goes on each of those 3. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my Tombow on there. At first I was thinking of just cutting a little piece off at the top and bottom and put them in on the top and the bottom. But it also goes through the center. Goes through from the top to the bottom, so I'd have to cut another little skinny piece to go in the middle. So they're kind of like a long piece holding the small 3 1/4s together, like they're hanging from a strip. So I'm just putting my long pieces down, and I'm just trying to get it right at 1 1/4 up from the bottom. And I want it to be right along the edge of the inside. And I'm a little off. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, it's a little tight. I lucked out. I think it works better with the tool, Dorothy. Silly girl. So I've knocked my ruler out of the way. This is my my really good ruler is packed up someplace, so I have to go unpack it. I didn't get to put it back on my work table here. So I'm using my older ruler that I was so smart I decided to clean off all the glue and do a real good job of it, so I took off the lines too. Really cleaned it up good, I tell you. Okay, so I'm just making this go right along the same edge as that one next to it. And there we go, all better. So that's what it was supposed to look like to begin with. So I apologize, but just, you know, this is what happens when you don't read your instructions before you just jump into doing stuff. So I've got this little piece. It's like, what is he doing here? So I'm going to go ahead and put, now look at these. I love this. These are the stickers. Once you get your die cuts, oh geez, Dorothy. Okay, so we're going to put our little placeholders, our 3x3 placeholders in. And for those of you who worry about cropping, there's usually, at least on my photos, there's usually a lot of stuff that is completely unnecessary to the photo. So you want to highlight what's really important in the photo and crop away. So I can easily come away with a 3x3 picture. But some people don't like to cut their photos up. My girlfriend doesn't like to cut her photos up at all, and has it, you know, she just can't do it. So I can be a lot more ruthless than she can be with her photos. So I just decided to, what the heck, I'm going to add some little bling. You know, I've got these, you know, silver gems, and, you know, you need to use your embellishments. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so here we go for page 2 of project 1. So I'm trying to make sure I don't forget to put something in now. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down and attach it to the Chasing Rainbows title so that I don't forget to put that in place. And this little guy is going to go up in the corner there. So you may want to put the date on one side and the place on the other, or, you know, whatever little piece of information you deem important to go on there. Okay, so this is for 2 4x6s. So we're going to put the first one down, and it's going to be like 1.5 inches over and maybe 2 inches down. So right there. And then the other side I want to make sure it gets to be 1.5 inches over too. And there's about 1/2 inch in between each of the 4x6s. So putting it right at 1.5 inches. Having trouble finding my lines. There we go. And that's a beautiful, beautiful color green. It's so light, so soft. And I like all the little raindrops for April, right? That's perfect. So April showers bring May flowers, so let's hope. Actually, I've had quite a few flowers come out, so we're doing pretty good here. Chasing Rainbows. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my placeholders. Gosh, I ran out already. It was only a little bit in that one. Fortunately, I had some refills handy. There we go. So we're putting the placeholders. Now you can totally cover the placeholders, or you can remove them if you want from, or not use them at all. And then put your 4x6 down right there. Or if you want to cut, you know, 1/4 inch off of each side, then you'd have a little bit of white showing. So just kind of up to you. Got my rainbow is going here. And I put a pop-up on it so it can sit above the picture. And then it can just kind of float above the picture and not interfere with getting in the way of the picture. And then that little tag just goes there. That's according to the instructions. It's not according to me. And look at our rainbow. I mean, our, what is that thing called? An umbrella. So I'm just trying to figure out where to put it. Because I really don't like to put things on top of my pictures. I just, see, that's where I have a thing. I mean, a lot of people have no problem putting stuff on top of their pictures. That's my own hang up. So I'm going to put a pop-up on it and let it float above the picture. So I'm going to put it like that. And then I'm going to move my little boot down. I don't exactly know where to put the boot either because I don't want it on top. Anyway, the boot gets adjusted here and there. And yeah, I'm kind of okay with it there. There we go. So, there's my page. And, you know, if you want to add more embellishments to it, you totally could. So I'm going to set that aside and pull my second page over. And I'm just kind of looking at it and just like, see, that hurts my head. I can't do that. So I can put it this way. I can turn it around and put it that way, depending on, you know, whether I want the 5x6 or the 4x6. So I'm just going to go ahead and see, and I really don't like both of the things going up and down, but it kind of depends on the orientation of your pictures. So go along with, you just have 2 4x6s to worry about. So if you want them both to be vertical, then orient them that way. If they're both horizontal, orient them that way. And to me, I think you can do whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to put my placeholders there, get those out of the way. We have a whole lot of arrows that are going on this layout. So there we have our photo placeholders there, and now we're just going to put this has lots of stars and lots of arrows. So, you know, the one page is how the instructions are, so that's not a problem. You can put the arrows just exactly where you want according to the instructions, or according to the instructions. I'm going to pop up these stars. The only problem is where to put your embellishments if you orient your page differently. So that's just so you know that. Okay, I am only going to put some Tombow along the bottom of this little title. And then put a star right there. Because I want to be able to slide my picture right behind it. So that's what I did. So I've got the stars going there, and then I'm going to pop up that arch. I'm going to use a little bit of liquid on the little star. It's a little bit easier to deal with than the Tombow on the little teeny things. So I'm just going to let that sit in place and adhere. And then I'm going to pop my arch up. So I'm going to put that above, right above the picture. I don't want to put it on the picture. I just want it to be above the picture. So we've got lots of stars going here. And I'm running a little piece in between the two pictures and then putting the stripe piece there, rather than trying to figure out where the stickum is. So this way I know I'm not getting anything on the pictures and they can just slide up under that little stripe piece. I think it's supposed to look like washi tape, maybe. I actually have washi tape that looks just like that, actually. There we go. Okay, so now we've got, yeah, that's how I want that. So now it comes down to, where do I put the embellishments to go with this layout? So I'll avoid that question and put the placeholders in while I'm thinking. So this way we've got some 4x4s, which those are pretty easy to crop. So all you're doing is taking an inch off of a 4x6 on either end, or 2 inches at one end, and you have the 4x4. So, it makes for easier cropping. Or, even if it's a ½ inch off of one end and 1.5 inches off of another, it just kind of depends on how you lined up your picture, how you took your shot. So, trying to figure out what to do with that long strip. And then I'm going to put another little spot and put "Love This" right there. So at least these kind of get out of the way. There we go. See how easy that was? It just slid right under. No problem. There we go. And we're just showing a little bit, maybe 1/8 of an inch all around, with the red distressed. So there we go. Is my little star. And I've got these zip strips. These are a problem because they don't fit there. And they're going to fit down here, but I didn't jam them up together. So I'm going to put one. Yeah, that's not going to work. So I'm just going to go ahead and run one down there. And he's going to sit right in there. So some more liquid glue and a fancy big blue star. And then this one's a pop-up with an oddly shaped foam dot or a foam square, except it's not really a square because it's coming off of a circle. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the end and then let the other part flap over the picture. And then all my arrows are going to be set off to the side of the picture. So we've got lots of all different kinds of arrows. Here's a nice black arrow. And see, I tell you, it was deciding where to put the embellishments and the stickers was more of a problem when you turn things around. So, but that's okay. I made it work. And I'm totally okay with that. And then I've got some more little embellishments. I'm going to add it to the stars. Little highlight of "Love This." And here we've got our second layout. So this is project 2. And I'm adding some more little glitter gems just to make things stand out a little bit. And I will tell you, just for the sake of your information, these 4 pages took me 37 minutes to do. And, I didn't have my glue handy and had to think too much and messed up. So I think you could do this considerably shorter than I did. So, but 37 minutes, and when I re-recorded or overdubbed, I cut it down to 150%, so it's down to about 25 minutes. So there we go. That's 37 minutes at the very most and chances are you do better than I do because you do things right the first time. Anyway, here's some little close-ups of what my little glitter gems look like on their flowers, and you could put them on all the flowers if you want to. But I just added just a little something. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.